There we go again. Sorry about that. This is take two because didn't record the other one.
How you trick Pink Fox.
Yeah. How you trick a fox in general.
Exactly. So we stayed in Above the Clouds last night, March the 12th. Met Pink Fox. We did a slap pack today. And so came back in to the hostel tonight, and I saw one of her YouTube videos, so I commented on it. It was nice to meet you, and she types back, nice to meet you. But then I heard her 5 minutes later in the kitchen going, who is this? I met her last night, but I don't know who she is. To Disco, and Disco's like, oh, well, I mean, you met a lot of people on the trail, so it'd be fine. I walked in the kitchen right next to her, looked at Disco. Come on, Disco. Looked at Disco, and I was like, it was me. And Disco's like, oh. What? So we played it off. You didn't know it was me that commented on your video.
I see.
Bye. Have a good night.
So then she proceeds to tell other hikers in the house about it, and then I come out and let her know it was me.
Right now, she lives in.
That's how you trick a pink fox.
All right, Dr. Ruth.
Story time with the chief.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I want to tell you a story, a shuttler story. I'm a shuttler. And when I first started shuttling, I was working at a hostel in Dahlonega, Georgia, near Springer, Amiclo, in that area. And we got a lot of international people because we were the first hostel, and we would take everybody from Atlanta. They'd spend the night, and then the next morning we'd put them on either Amiclo or Springer. And anyway, this one night, we had these two German guys that flew into Atlanta, and one of them was about 19 years old, and I can't remember his name, and the other guy was like 23 or 24. And we used to do Walmart runs every night. So I had these guys in a van, and I take them to Walmart, and I park in the parking lot, and they run in and with like 5 or 6 other hikers. And the first guy that comes back out, not even like 10 minutes later, is this young German guy. And he was like, he kind of had his head down, and he was kind of sad, and I'm like, what's wrong, man? And he didn't really speak English very well, but he said, they won't sell me beer. And I said, no, man, you gotta be 21 years old. And he's like, I drink beer since I'm 10 years old. They won't sell me beer, chief. And I said, don't worry about it, man. And I was getting ready to tell him, well, we'll get beer or whatever.
Yeah.
And about this time, his buddy comes out, and he's got like a 12-pack of PBR under each arm, and he looks and he says, Andy buy beer, Andy buys beer. And I guess his friend's name was Andy.
Yeah.
So I'm like grinning, smiling, and he's looking at the kid, and he's like, what's wrong? He said, they don't sell me beer, but Andy, you buy beer. And he looks at me and he said, what are you smiling about? And I said, you just got a trail name, dude. You're Andy buys beer. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm Andy buys beer. And so anyway, I took him back to the hostel and put him on the trail the next morning at Springer, and didn't hear nothing else out of him. And later that season, in the fall, I was working at a hostel in Millinocket, Maine. It was the last hostel on the trail.
Yeah.
And we ran a van in every evening and got people off Katahdin and brought them to the hostel. And I didn't make the run that night, but I was in the gear shop checking everybody in. We had a little outfitter there. And this dude walks in and he says, Chief! And I didn't recognize him because he had a beard, and long, scraggly hair and skinny arms and great big legs. But anyway, he said, Chief, you give me my trail name. Andy buy beer. I'm Andy's buys beer. And I said, Andy, how you doing, man? I shook his hand and all that. Congratulations, And he said, you cost me an awful lot of beers, you son of a gun. True story. I swear to God. I couldn't make that up.
Thank you very much. I love your story.